This is Nick. You're listening to the DU Football Show, Drunkard United. Of course, up the Blades and f*** the Owls.
I just felt like we all needed Nick in our life today. Blades!
That's fine.
And old Sheffield Wednesday's down in League One, so he doesn't even get to play them. That sucks for him.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It taught us a valuable lesson. Lean into it. Whenever there's craziness, just lean
into the crazy.
It.
Absolutely.
Let's start the show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston?
Arsenal fans have another Sam. AKA the fucking Gooner Graham. Snub of my lord. Looks great in shorts. Sam Grammy.
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! Fucking United!
Hello and welcome to the DU Football Show, a completely biased recap of the English Premier League as told by two common American schmucks. I'm your host, Sam Houston, and across the way from me, all slicked back and douchey, my co-host, Mr. Samuel Graham. Sammy, how you doing, brother?
Tight.
Tight. Yeah, no shit, I can tell.
Yep. Shave 5 years off, though. Pull my forehead wrinkles back. That's one positive thing about this, I guess.
You're so vain. You probably think this pod is about you, don't you? Don't
Well,
you?
I've got the shirt on, Sam. Hashtag it is all about me.
Oh, that we definitely know. We're recording at the DU Public House just outside the nation's capital. You can check us out on all podcast platforms. Please be sure to rate, subscribe, review, and share with a footballing friend. Should you want to chat with us, there is many ways that you can. Mr. Graham, tell the good people how they get in touch.
Absolutely. It's at DU Football Show on all the social medias and dufootballshow@gmail.com to get in touch via email. We also got a YouTube channel. You should mash that subscribe button, bruh. Sam's on TikTok, hasn't posted a video yet, which I think we should start the hashtag Make Big Sam Dance again. And get that.
That is nothing nobody needs to be seeing.
Get that go. Just give him a golf club. Apparently does a sweet hip wiggle. Yeah, and then there's the Patreon, there's the DU Drip Shack, there's all sorts of stuff you could do to support the show and get in touch and help out. Just make sure, whatever you do, join Drunkard United FC. That's the closed Facebook group. That's where most of the hashtag bans happen. Actually, pretty much all of the hashtag bans happen there. A lot of good memes floating up now that Taylor's out of Facebook jail. Mostly of me and you, actually. Yeah. That's how it goes. So, yeah, do that.
You know, they do say I got the moves like Jagger. Sam and myself both work in the wine and spirit industry and both have a deep, passionate love for all things distilled spirits. So as the red-blooded Americans we are, we've got to have a drink in our hand, sometimes exceptionally large ones. This show and every single show, Mr. Graham, what are we drinking?
We have a very special one. Have we had this one on the show before? I know we've done a few Hill Rocks, but I don't know if it's been specifically this one.
It's been 5 years. I couldn't tell you.
It's probably new. Hill Rock Estate Distillery. This is their handcrafted estate double cask rye whiskey from Hudson Valley, New York. It comes in at 90 proof, and this is a Sauterne finish, I believe you said. Yes.
Yep.
Which, for those of you that don't know what that is, Semillon is a kind of cousin or brother to Sauvignon Blanc that is grown on the right coast of, the right coast of the river in Bordeaux.
Yeah, Merlot. No, left bank.
Left bank. It is left bank.
It's Cabernet side. Cabernet
That's
side.
right. Yep. So it's on the left bank of the in Bordeaux of the river, and fog comes through and kind of puts this cool fungus, good fungus, on the Semillon and Sauvignon Blanc grapes. And essentially, it's called botrytis. It concentrates the sugars in those grapes where normally they are dry whites. They become extra, extra sweet. They get aged in oak casks and then usually sold in 375s because they're so sweet nobody can drink a full bottle. But they are considered some of the best dessert wines on the face of the planet. Kind of akin to, but different slightly from ice wine, essentially.
Yeah.
But very, very good. And then those casks are sometimes used to house whiskey after that. And it adds a fun, funky little sweetness from from aging in those guys.
It's a lovely little kind of honey kiss to go on the spiciness of the rye, and with their double casking with Hill Rock, before Dave's unfortunate passing, I had the opportunity to be with Dave at Hill Rock Farms and see their whole process. They start with a 25-gallon brand new American White Oak 3-char barrel, and then they combine to make, take 2 barrels and combine to 153-gallon. And normally these are about 4 to 6 year old rye. For the most part.
That's delicious. You get that nice kind of vanilla caramel up front you normally would from any type of American whiskey. Nice rye pepper to kind of close out. But then, as you say, you get that kiss of honey and almost kind of like again, with this one, I get a lot of creme brulee. Kind of almost toasted marshmallow on the end.
Definitely toasted marshmallow.
Delicious.
And I have
usually runs about 90 on the shelf or so. A Sauterne finish probably puts you over 100. But Hill Rock in general is between 85 and $100.
Yeah.
A bottle,
I've seen it
depending
as
on where
much
you
as
go.
$1.10, but that's normally right around 100. It's pretty safe bet for any of these whiskeys.
So just remember to drink responsibly.
Hells yes, always drink responsibly.
Unless you're playing poker the night of October 30th, and drink your face off.
Which will be you later tonight.
After 3 weeks, by the way, first place.
Oh, there
I've
you go.
cashed each week.
Nice,
Yep.
good job,
Killing it.
And then of course we have all of our beers, and I have an obnoxiously huge Oktoberfest from Pauliner in a big giant stein, and we will talk about that on Injury Time.
Yes, which you can find at patreon.com/DU Football Show.
You're a whore.
Thank you.
All right, let's get into it, kids. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that was actually a good clink for
That wasn't bad.
us.
Yeah, we're getting better at it.
You know,
I think after 20 years of knowing each other, we'd be good at it already.
we fucking somehow finally decided how to figure it the fuck out.
Maybe we can learn how to say a sentence, too.
Yeah, that I can't do. Why do we love the Prem? Because any week, anyone can lose to anyone. And sometimes they lose 2 in a row. Leeds 2, Liverpool 1, Brighton 4, Chelsea 1.
I'm going to need you to please
Oh, okay. What?
say the proper score of that game. Brighton 2. Chelsea players that they think they're playing for Brighton because of Graham Potter 2.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea 1.
Yes, there we go. Got to break it down accordingly. 2 fucking goals. Just what a mess. Leeds with their backs against the wall. Jesse Marsh on the chopping block. Everything get a historic, massive win at Anfield.
Big time win, but it didn't start off looking like that. Very big miscommunication between Meslier and Cooper. Meslier was coming out to head a ball that was played over the top. Cooper didn't know he was coming, headed the ball backwards.
Yep.
Almost let them in. Mo Salah, though, tight angle, kind of looped it up over, and Leeds were able to clear their lines. Just 3 minutes later, Gomez played a wonderful ball to Rodrigo, though, catching out the entirety of his own defense out of position.
I was gonna say, what's the problem there?
And not ready. The problem is Gomez plays for Liverpool.
Yeah, and
Rodrigo plays for Leeds.
Pass the ball to the wrong guy there, chap.
Yeah, but so easiest goal he'll ever score in his career. He did well to be aware of the danger and be ready to pounce. But other than that, everything else was done for him. Really. Also, Virgil van Dijk is looking 2 steps off the pace.
Ooh, okay. That's
He was getting burned left, right, and center in this game because Leeds didn't sit back. The announcers said it during the game, too. They said this is more reminiscent of a Bielsa side. No disrespect to Jesse Marsh, but this is more, they're pulling out all the stops here. They're going after it. And Virgil van Dijk just, I thought, looked, just the eye test, looked the least equipped to deal with what Leeds were throwing at them.
So then that's going to be exactly leading into the very next question I was going to ask is the defense bad, or is it the midfield is getting old and doesn't have the pace that it used to have and can't always cover the defense?
I think it's both.
Yeah.
I think something in Liverpool's back line is very disjointed. I think the injury situation that they've had throughout the season where I think they've started the same back line like 3 times all year so far.
There's been changes.
There's
every
been
week.
changes every single week in the back line. Sometimes Robertson's fit. Sometimes he's not. Sometimes it's Simicas. Gomez is hurt or whoever. Matip is in and out, all this kind of stuff. I think they're Trent Alexander-Arnold and all this, tabloid speculation around him and his England career and everything else going on and who's going to the World Cup. Virgil van Dijk, the Netherlands have looked pretty decent during the Nations League campaign these last couple months. Whenever he's met up with the Netherlands, is he just saying, I don't want to get hurt?
Right.
I want to make the World Cup squad?
Yeah.
So is everybody kind of taking off a little bit?
Yeah.
In that squad? It's a really strange situation. But then you add in the aging midfield, also injury-ridden throughout the year, making changes left, right, and center. There's no continuity where over the last 3-4 years, Jurgen Klopp has used pretty much the same starting 11 minus maybe one or two players. And it may just be that heavy metal football and all that kind of shit that they play, that their bodies are finally starting to say, fuck you.
Now, it's not like Liverpool were a complete shambles. This was a good back and forth game. And
absolutely. That's absolutely true.
Meslier played out of his fucking mind.
He got his head out of his ass after those first couple of minutes.
You say this all the time with him. He starts off a little funky, and then once he figures it out,
he's good to go.
He's perfect.
Yep. He's a good player. He's a good goalkeeper, but he's young. I mean, and I've said it about Ramsdale. I said it about Nick Pope. You know, at Burnley a few seasons ago. Jordan Pickford had some issues when he first started out with Sunderland, and then again at Everton. Where these young keepers, they're excellent. They're great shot stoppers. They're enthusiastic. They go after their defense for not doing their jobs, but they hold their hands up when they screw up. But they screw up because they're young. They're inexperienced. Goalkeepers don't peak until 32, 33 years old in a lot of cases. And these guys are 23, 24, 25. Some of them not even that old. I know Nick Pope is a bit older now. It was a kind of a older example, but they're known for a bit of a gaffe, you know, and that's just it is what it is. What Meslier needs to figure out is to not how to be Lloris and have those gaffes when you're 33.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
And if he can do that, he will be the French national team goalkeeper that succeeds Hugo Lloris.
I think he could be. I think he very well could.
100%.
Great little change of pace card that Jesse Marsch played later in the match with the young Italian Granto.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, and directly responsible to the lead up that actually created the second goal. He was the one who got down the sideline, had both of the defenders pinching on him, and then did that lacing quick pass into the middle to Bamford.
Right, which Bamford, now there was a little bit of a fortunate error about this as well, because Bamford's touch was fucking terrible.
Yeah, it was.
What it did do was take, I can't remember who it was, either Gomez or Van Dijk out of the play, and the ball fell kindly to Somerville, who Somerville in autumn, I know you saw those memes, who Somerville, despite it being cold outside, was able to find the back of the net. Now, Allison, after the match, did say in his post-match, I should have kept that out. That was, I was unsighted, or whatever he said. It wasn't a particularly good strike. I mean, there was a lot of fortune surrounding it, but when your back's against the wall, you need a little bit of luck, and Leeds got it yesterday.
Yeah, it was absolutely the case. And now for Leeds, you got to use this momentum.
100%.
You got Bournemouth at home next. You got to get a fucking win.
You got to hit him early and hit him often.
Because here's the other thing, too. And we were hanging out with our boy Lars. I was last night. And he's a big Leeds supporter. They seem to be one trick.
In heart.
Yes.
Because he's not very big.
Oh, stop being mean. His point was it feels like there isn't a plan B, right? And that if a team switches the field on them because they just kind of run and they're very aggressive and very intense, that you can wear them down, and there's always seems to be somebody open on the back post. And
because you can catch them out, because usually that counterattack is because Leeds just sent 9 of their 11 players forward. You know what I mean? So if you get that ball out and the defender addresses that player, they can switch the play to virtually just any space they feel like it. And more than likely, somebody on your team will have a chance of getting there.
Yeah.
And we saw that with Nunez. And Nunez should have done a lot better to put this away. What was it against? I can't remember who it was. Maybe 3 games ago, he had those 2 or 3 vicious left foot volleys. He was played in clean here. Meslier came out in no man's land.
The West Ham match.
In no man's land. And Nunez opts to take another touch instead of lobbing the goalkeeper.
Right.
Even at Soccer Dome, I would have tried to lob the goalkeeper in that situation.
Right, because you got him out.
And you're a top-level Uruguay international footballer that plays for Liverpool Football Club, who won a Champions League just 2 seasons ago. Or 3 seasons ago, whatever it is now. Won a Premier League 2 seasons ago. And you can't lob a goalkeeper on your favored left foot?
Right. You should be
What
able
are
to.
you doing?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Maybe he should have loosened his top knot.
Oh, that's it, because that fixes everything.
Well, might have had time to think.
Well, but then his wrinkles would have shown.
But he is rich. He can let his wrinkles show.
Oh, okay.
I can't. This is my moneymaker, if you couldn't tell. That's why I stuffed a microphone in front of it so you couldn't see the whole thing.
Do we think Leeds can use this momentum and move forward and get themselves out of the current struggles they've been in?
They are still looking like a team in transition between Bielsa and Marsh. They look more comfortable playing the way they played yesterday than they do playing the way Marsh wants them to play, which is a little bit more organized and a little bit less gung-ho. I don't know. I don't know if it's a lack of trust or if they just don't possess the quality to do it. A couple players do. Tyler Adams looks comfortable playing the way Jesse Marsh does. So does Brendan Aronson, and that's not an American thing. That's a stylistic thing. They've been playing that way the entire time.
Yeah.
But the rest of the Bielsa, kind of acquired squad doesn't look comfortable playing that way. And that's going to be difficult. And they're going to need to figure that out because they can't be gung-ho against everybody.
Now, moving on.
That's how they almost lost it last season, was that they were too gung-ho.
Yeah, precisely. Now, moving on to Chelsea and Brighton. Brighton exact their revenge on Potter leaving.
Oh, yeah.
But Chelsea also hurts themselves in this matches, too.
They absolutely do, 100%. Yeah. I mean, I feel more pain for Ruben Loftus-Cheek than I do for Chalobah. I think Aretha Balaga was better placed to make the save for Chalobah's own goal. So I have less sympathy for him and sticking that boot out. Because I do think Kepa would have got there. The Ruben Loftus-Cheek, after that flick, he's reacting to that flick from the corner, right? That skimmed off the head of, I can't remember who it was, but he just sticks his leg out. He doesn't know what's behind him. There's no player really in front of him either. I mean, one could argue he should have been marking better and would have been better placed to figure out where that ball was going to go. But that ball comes skimming off ahead, and he thinks, "Oh shit, I got to react to this," and it comes off his knee. It's more it catches the underside of the bar as well. Bit more unfortunate than Chalobah's. I think was just a dumb tackle. I think it was a lack of communication, and Kepa didn't say what he needed to say, and Chalobah stuck a boot out, and he wrong-footed his goalkeeper.
Yeah,
well, not even wrong-footed him. Kepa was sliding out to make the save, and Chalobah just put it beyond him. But Chelsea did start the game ridiculously sloppy, and what took 5 minutes for Voldemort FC to get it done.
There it is. There's your Potter joke, everybody. You knew it was coming.
And Leandro, you're lucky fucking Dan Bird doesn't play there anymore because there's a ton of Hagrid jokes in there if he grew a beard because he's 7'2" or whatever he is. But anyway, they needed 2 goal line clearances from Thiago before Trossard actually scored, and that was in the 5th minute. It was like Chelsea just did not look at the races from the off of this game, and Brighton looked like a team that had been playing well, that went on a 6-game shit run, and not even shit. They were getting some draws, but a shit run for them in the form that they were in, and were frustrated by it and decided to let all their pain out on Chelsea.
Yeah,
because of Potter, and they did it.
Yep. Now, Mendy hit at halftime for Kepa. You agree with that move? I mean, so
the EPL app, because I was looking at the fantasy stuff, of course, has Kepa listed as having a foot injury now, but still a 75% chance of playing in the next game.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, there's no update from medical staff or anything else, which usually takes 24 to 48 hours to happen. I don't know if it's because Kepa's been playing very well.
Big B agrees, by the way.
And I think it's mostly, right? I think it's mostly a Chelsea outfield team problem rather than a keeper issue.
Yeah.
And I think Chelsea actually have 2 of the better goalkeepers in the Premier League right now.
It felt like with Kepa having him be taken off, it's almost like you're blaming him for the shitty way the team played.
Well, right, exactly. Which I don't hope because you never want to see anybody get injured, but I hope Potter comes out and at least says he's injured, and then sits him for the next game or two.
Right.
Because it'll destroy his confidence if you subbed him off at halftime, and then he didn't need it.
Right. Exactly. And
He's not injured.
let's face it, he's been a little prior to this recent run of form. He's been a little weak. He's had problems between the ears at times. Why do you want to fuck with his head?
Exactly.
Like, keep him, hey, this is one off. Doesn't matter. Let's keep rolling. You know?
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah, which I'm sure he knows in his own head. He's like, yeah, my team fucked me. Like they.
No, yeah, 100%. Exactly. Or Graham Potter needs to sit and have that conversation with him.
Yeah.
I just found it interesting that before the day was even over today, that you had this 75% chance of playing foot injury tag on his fantasy profile.
Right.
And you would hope just for his confidence that that's actually true. Because as a goalkeeper especially, you're left out on an island as is. I've told you how many times that it shouldn't even get to the point where the goalkeeper needs to make the save if the team is doing their job.
Right. Exactly.
Right? If everybody's playing at 100% and doing their job appropriately, the goalkeeper should be a lot like the refs, fucking anonymous.
When I've had some shutouts in indoor back in the day playing with DU, when we got those shutouts, it was, you guys did your job. I only faced a couple of shots, and I came up and made the big saves that I had to make. But I wasn't being barraged. When there's, it's not like you get a shutout, particularly in indoor, because there's just a lot. I don't get a shutout because I made 20 saves. I got a shutout because I made 3. Now, they might have been 3 really stellar fucking saves, but I wasn't being beat up the whole time.
Right.
If you want to be in Europe, you beat one of the teams you're going to be challenged for a spot in Europe with. So that's big for them.
And Brighton just did.
Crazy thing about recording during the day is that the dog isn't asleep on the couch. So everybody that walks by, he likes to bark. So that's what we hear in the background, even though you guys probably won't hear it in the recording.
Because despite leaving in the middle of a show, Mel's actually good at her job.
We're all doing a show. My owners are doing a show, guys. Be quiet out there, guys.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
That's what he's doing. That's
sure.
it.
A couple of top sides got 3 points this weekend, but their opponents sure as hell did not make it easy. Manchester City 1, Leicester City 0, Tottenham 3, Bournemouth 2. Foxes gave City all they could fucking give them.
I'll eat some crow.
Yeah.
Ward played well.
He did. Ward did play very well. Now, it was described as a knock that Erling Haaland had gotten a knock.
Well, he got subbed off in a midweek in the Champions League against Dortmund. He apparently has a small kind of foot injury, I guess. But also apparently was a little sick.
Yeah.
Illness was the other reason given, that he wasn't 100%. So I don't know. This is the first game he's missed for City.
Yeah. Great set piece goal from Kevin De Bruyne, though.
World class. It's world class.
The dare one say Ward Prowse-esque.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. But friend of mine, Eric, one of Tegan's friend's dad, Tegan had spent the night there Friday night, and so Saturday morning the 7:30 game was obviously this one,
Right.
and I was going to pick her up from his house, but before I left, he called me. He was like, "Hey, just want to make sure you knew the road was closed because of the Port to Fort 6K, so you got to do a different thing to get to the fields, and I'll just have her walk over." I was like, "All right, bet, no problem." And then he was like, "But real quick, I just didn't know if you saw that Kevin De Bruyne goal." Because he's, one of the checkbook chasers.
Yeah.
And he'll appreciate that. and he was like, "Bro, it was Ronaldinho World Cup kind of shit."
Well,
25, 28 yards out.
What's more? It's not necessarily that goal. It's the one that almost happened. Because Yuri Tillemans almost did it again.
Oh, yeah.
Back-to-back
That's true. Yeah,
weeks.
that's true, too. And Leicester did hit the post in this game as well, I believe. Ederson had 2 vital stops that were also surely Leicester goals. And I think Ederson probably should have been given man of the match, to be fair. But that's really all there was to it. I mean, Leicester's finally found themselves consistently playing well, defending better than they were. Because the problem wasn't really scoring goals. The problem was how they were defending and really Ward.
Yeah.
And now these last 4 or 5 games, Ward has stepped his game up. The defense has stepped their game up. And Leicester, unsurprisingly, has come out with a few results in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
now this one, they ran into Manchester City. What are you going to do?
Yeah, but it's also unfortunate for them, too, because you dug yourself such a big hole already.
Exactly. But they're already out of the relegation zone.
I think they're now 18th. Not positive. You can look that up real quick. They could be 17th and somebody else is 18th, but I could have sworn it was, because Leeds win got them out of the relegation.
It could have been the Leeds win.
But
yeah, Leicester are 18th. They are a point behind Southampton, and Villa and Leeds. Yeah.
They got a couple.
So it was Leeds' win. You're right. Because when I saw it, they were out.
Yeah, for them, these next couple are really important. It's really going to set the tone of what they should expect for themselves getting right before the World Cup. So it's pretty big, pretty fucking big for them.
Yeah.
Cherries and Kiefer Moore get off to a flying fucking start.
My man Kiefer.
Yeah, fuck you.
My man Kiefer. No, here you go.
Fuck you.
Don't be mad at me. It just shows my depth of knowledge of the Premier League.
Sure thing, depth of knowledge. Go ahead.
It's all contained right there.
Oh, right there. Okay.
That's where it is.
I can think of things that
I woke up Friday morning.
That's used for too.
With a tingle right here, and I was like, Kiefer Moore's gonna have 2 goals. It's like Spidey sense right here.
That's why he was on your bench and subbed in for you. Auto subbed in.
Yeah, because I really didn't think Holland was hurt. I thought that was bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But had he been, I knew it was coming.
I would say what's going on there on the top of your head is more like a joystick and directional kind of thing.
Okay.
But
all right.
Like a gear shift, right? Go deeper.
Jesus Christ. Tottenham were slow and sloppy.
Yes, very
bad. They looked terrible. And Kiefer Moore didn't even require the use of his head for the first one.
No.
The announcers in the Curse of the Commentator of the Week had just said how, what's his name? Tavernier, the guy they got from the Championship Club.
Yeah, I remember.
I can't remember who. Doesn't matter. Hadn't had a goal or an assist yet for Bournemouth since he joined them in the summer. And in this game had 2.
Yep.
But the first of which was an excellent counterattack. Solanke did most of the hard work with that reverse pass. But he still had a lot to do to take the ball under control. Great pass behind the diving Eric Dyer, I think it was. And then Kiefer Moore opened his body up well and found that far stick. And it was excellent. Great goal from Bournemouth. And then they did for a while keep pushing and disrupted Tottenham at every opportunity. But as soon as they had that 2-goal lead, they retreated into themselves and invited pressure on, and Tottenham started to turn the screw.
Yeah. Interesting. Not the usual suspects you would expect for the goal scoring there for Tottenham at all.
Ben Davies.
Betancourt.
Had another shot, though, also that was just wide, but fizzed it.
Yeah.
It was an excellent strike. Sessegnon, whose substitute was being readied on the sidelines.
Right.
And then he goes, yeah, fuck you, bro. You're not coming on.
Fuck you, I'm scoring.
Yeah, goes and scores. And then, as you said, Bentancur. But that was a bit fortunate, in my opinion, because he had the initial effort from the corner, hit 2 or 3 players, fell to him, and the way everybody kind of turned to react kind of opened the lane for him to shoot. Now, he did well to react to it and found the back of the net, but it was a bit fortunate the ball fell back to him in the first place.
Now, that's 3 in a row now for Bournemouth, and they find themselves right down back in the bottom of the table.
Right back in the conversation again, yep.
Right in the thick of it. And unfortunately, they have a Liverpool on their scoring record, which is going to hurt them when it comes to goals against.
I usually refer to that as a Southampton, though.
Oh, very good. Well said. Yeah. You like how I set that up for you. So
Thank you.
Knock it down.
Listen, change up, belt high, right down the middle.
Yeah. Hey, Ken, got to remember, when he's laying those out there, I'm helping him get it done too. It's a team effort.
I told you we texted about it the other day.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking brilliant.
He likes it.
Rounding out the rest of the league, so that happened. Brentford 1, Wolverhampton 1, Crystal Palace 1, Southampton 0, Newcastle 4, Aston Villa 0, Fulham 0, Everton 0. I should have said 0-0, but for some reason I decided to say 0. Arsenal 5. Nottingham Forest 0. Manchester United 1. West Ham 0. Bees work hard, look good at home, get a great goal from Ben Mee, and then fuck it right off.
What a goal from Ben Mee.
And then fuck it off in 2 minutes.
Yeah, but Ben Mee, holy shit.
What a goal. What a goal.
I didn't even know he knew how to do that.
And then fucked it right off.
Yeah, of course. The game did start with a lot of energy, just not a lot of quality.
Yeah, agreed.
De Silva had a couple efforts, one of which was just wide. Matinho's wasn't really far either. And then Ben Mee with the screamer. Rarely has, if ever, has he scored a goal like that. But the celebration lacked a lot for me. From Ben Mee.
He doesn't score a lot. What the fuck do you expect from him?
Well, here's the thing. You know what it reminded me of as I was watching it was, you remember when John Madden had his cameo kind of in The Replacements as the announcer, playing himself? You remember the movie The Replacements?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I remember that.
With the fat guy celebration, when the linesman scores, he goes, you know what? I love that linesman when they score because you get the fat guy celebration.
Now here's a guy.
Yeah. It's just because it's so rare for him to score a goal of that quality. He just didn't know what to do with his hands.
Didn't know what to do with his hands. He's like,
Yeah, it's just excited. Aryan looking motherfucker. But just a couple minutes later, as you said, Neves equalizes through a superb shot from guess where, Sam?
outside.
Outside of the box.
Yeah, where does that man always score from? Outside the box.
Exactly.
Every goal.
And then a fucking ridiculous red card from Diego Costa. And here is the story.
Okay. This is all that matters in what we're about to cover in this game. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to announce to you all that was Diego Costa's first red card in a Premier League game.
Yes, it was.
You don't believe me? Look it up. That was his first. He got one in an FA Cup match against Everton, of which Gareth Barry felt sad for him and went and got a red card too. We got to even this shit up.
Yep.
He's always been in on shithousery. You got to remember, he was gone before VAR came in, and it was VAR that ultimately got him because that's the kind of shit he used to do all the time, but a ref would never see. And then the FA would look at it later and give him a suspension. Yep. But that's not a red card.
Yellow card accumulation suspensions, also not a red.
Yeah.
But that would happen. And he did pick up red cards in, as you said, the FA Cup / Europe / those competitions, League Cup, but he never got one in the Premier League.
This was his first fucking red card.
Get reds in Spain and La Liga a lot.
That asshole, the king of the red card, that was his first Premier League red card.
Yeah, and it was for the same shit that he used to do all the time.
Oh yeah.
100%.
When VAR came out and became a thing, there's a couple of players I like to think that just went, oh shit.
And he's one of them.
And Luis Suarez is the other. That just went,
that just comes to mind.
Get away with the shit that I always get away with.
Right.
That's now over.
That's exactly it.
Palace win comfortably, despite the fact that the Saints really led in most stats.
Let's say the stats were just about dead even. I mean, I think Southampton had one more shot, maybe 15% more possession.
Yeah.
But the first real chance of the game fell to Southampton as well. They hit the post. I can't remember who shot the ball, to be honest with you. But hit the post. Eze then forced Bazunu into a pretty good save, but one you'd expect him to make, really, on his form. And then Edouard scored the only goal of the game with a pretty devastating counterattack. Now, part of that devastatingness had to do with the fact that one of Southampton's defenders was the one that lost the ball and ended up on the floor, and it's the one that was in Sons of Anarchy as an extra, Lienko. The Palace just, on a dime, turned defense into attack. Now, granted, again, it was about 5 yards into Southampton's half when they took control of the ball, but don't take any of the work away. It was a good counterattack and a good finish running at speed from Edouard.
And Palace, 10th place now. Exactly. I told you, watch these next couple of games. You're going to see them shoot up the table.
Yeah, and absolutely. But they need to figure out how to control the game a bit better.
Yeah.
They need to.
Especially in their building.
Mm-hmm. And this, I think part of that is what Vieira is trying to get out of them, because a lot of those players that are there, is basically all the young ones that were there were kept, and then everybody new was brought in. They need to figure out how to get the kind of Roy Hodgson mentality, if you will, out of the players that were already there.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
And they need to move that forward, because like even Joachim Anderson, who's young, was brought in prior to Vieira arriving.
Right.
He's a good defender, right? Tyreek Mitchell's come through, had a couple appearances before, but he's come through and is now a regular for them, provided the overlap in the past.
Right.
He's got to figure out how to get them to be a more possession-based team and channel their creativity into breaking teams down rather than soaking up pressure.
Especially with some of the pieces they have with Olise and Eze.
Exactly.
And Zaha. You got to be able to hold the ball better in possession.
Contender for worst dive of the season in Olise in this game as well.
Pretty bad.
Wasn't
Pretty
even
bad.
fucking close.
Pretty bad. Pretty fucking bad.
It was horrible.
The Geordies are fucking flying right now, man.
The last line. You know what? I'll wait.
No, go ahead.
No. I'll wait until we go through what happened. The score line is a bit surprising, though, because the first half was pretty evenly contested. Both keepers were necessary. Problem was, Emi Martinez went off injured.
Mm-hmm.
When that happened, you saw kind of the confidence start to seep out of Aston Villa with each Newcastle attack, and then eventually the dam just broke.
Yeah, and it's not like Olsen's a bad keeper. He's Sweden's number one.
Well, he just never plays.
Yeah.
He just doesn't play, and so the familiarity with the Villa backline is just not there.
Yeah, agreed.
And I think that led to the falling apart. And really, the first action Olsen was asked to make was a penalty save,
Right.
which he got massively wrong because Callum Wilson put a pretty soft effort straight down the middle.
Yeah, he got him to way overcommit.
Mm-hmm. And in that vein, and that was also, the 8th minute of stoppage? 6th minute of stoppage time in the first half, which of there was 10.
Because of the Emmy concussion.
Mm-hmm. Because of the concussion, exactly.
Which Emmy says he is okay and will be back for the next game.
Very good.
If the doctors clear him, yes. He can't, he's no longer allowed to make that decision because of the head injury. So it's the medical staff have to clear him of concussion first. But he was taken off due to a concussion protocol, yes.
Yeah.
So, which, again, like I said, takes that decision out of his hands.
Right.
Agreed.
But he, now that being said, Olsen should have been, kind of fortified by the fact that Ashley Young was willing to put his body on the line and make one of the saves of the season. What a hand. What a strong hand that was. Holy
great
shit.
hand.
Problem is he's a defender, not a goalkeeper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, penalty.
Yep.
Right? And that's where Olsen got screwed with his first action being diving out of the way of a shot.
Right, exactly. That doesn't work out well.
Yeah, no, not at all. But just after halftime, they just kept going. A training ground corner saw Wilson get a second of the day. Pretty comically easy fashion, in my opinion. I don't know how you saw it, Mel. But
I stopped watching after the second goal.
That's what I'm saying.
I was there. I just
it was on your phone?
Was on my phone, was doing other things, was half paying attention because I was like, I'm fine.
Yeah, just kind of stopped paying attention. She
Yeah.
was like, I was like, you going to keep watching this? And nope.
Like, it'll be on, but I'm just going to sit here and do some work and pretend it's not happening.
Just a few minutes after that, Joel Linton finally gets repaid for all his hard work that he puts in, game out.
Mm-hmm.
And gets on the back just barely onside, but gets on the end of a rebound that Olsen gave up.
Mm-hmm.
And then Almiron finished it off with the goal of the day. Hands down the goal of the day.
Gorgeous
Another curling effort with that famous left foot. And, famous in one person's mind at least, Jack Grealish's.
Jack who?
Yeah, and sorry that Almiron took his mugging off of Jack Grealishness back to Jack Grealish's old stomping grounds.
Too funny.
Just to rub it in. But Newcastle, these last few games, man, like you said, they've been in form. They seem to have obtained fire.
Their fourth fucking place, man. They have obtained fire.
Yeah, when he was like, well, you're playing the fourth place team, I was like, Newcastle's fourth? What world is this?
Yeah, exactly. Well, they could have had more, Mel. Olsen did make a couple of saves.
Yeah.
And they hit the post once or twice. And then they blazed over from a couple that shouldn't have been blazed over. Should have at least forced Olsen into a save. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to mix nerd references.
Go for it.
But they must still be in training with King Kai. in their obtaining of fire.
All right. Well, Mel.
Well, we got Unai Emery coming in very soon. Everybody seems to be excited about it except for Graham. So up the Villa.
I don't care. I'm actually am quite excited because y'all will play boring football.
That boring football doesn't get beat fucking 4-0. Boring football draws 0-0.
Yeah.
Let's head into the next one.
That's fair enough.
Actually, this really wasn't a particularly boring game. It was pretty fun. There was some good action. Pickford made a couple of brilliant saves. So did Leno as well. I think.
So did Connor fucking Cody.
Oh yeah, with the blocks.
The blocks, and then the one where he was stretching back. Got a little fortunate to make sure that it went over the bar. But what a save! What an intervention that was.
Yeah. So we're letting our in studio guest Tegan smell the glass of Malort to understand what that awfulness is.
It's bad, isn't
I
it?
just noticed it's the Newcastle shot glass too.
Yeah, it is. It is
Fuck
the
off.
Newcastle shot glass. It's always been the Newcastle shot glass.
I know we should we should get Manchester United ones made.
For the new dumpster fire.
Yeah, it's no longer liquid Mike Ashley.
Yeah, it's true.
I would say we should do Nottingham Forest, but 652 of them might show up.
I would say it felt like Fulham had more of the chances towards the end of the match there.
Yeah.
Than Everton.
Yeah, but Mitrovic had his pitching wedge out.
Yeah,
What?
Jesus.
He didn't even force Pickford into a
He
save.
couldn't put anything on net. That
If
guy-
I was in row Q through Z, I'd be nervous.
Yeah, he had a hell of a time fucking putting anything on pitch on net. Now I would say credit Tarkovsky to a lot of that. I mean, that was just a
I mean, that's absolutely fair.
Right.
Both defenses settled in properly.
Yeah.
They did very well.
I was as a fan of the club and also wanting us to promote footy as a whole, I was happy with this being a primetime game, and I think it delivered as a primetime game despite being a 0-0 draw. It's like, oh, hey, look, it's not just Big Six clubs. This was on the network. This was on NBC. And it was a good back and forth game. Had some great saves, had a little bit of drama.
Yeah, Leno had a couple, and Pickford, the one that he was stretching for going far post to his left, I think it was an excellent save.
Yeah, so I felt like you kind of got I feel like there was some reward in that, and I thought it was a good game, and heck, Everton's going to be primetime a game next week.
Absolutely, and if you haven't heard yet, the rights to the next I don't know if you knew this, the next All or Nothing is Brazzers.com/Everton Football Club.
I heard it. Very good. That joke's always fucking
when
coming.
it's the Big 6 or 9 teams.
Gunners.
Get it?
Yeah, I got it. It's heart. Do you draw a heart around it when you?
Oh,
put
yeah,
the number
absolutely, 100%.
in darts too.
Have
there?
to. Yep. Every time I write it down.
Jackass. Gunners just dominate. They flat out fucking dominate.
Well, that from about 12 minutes to about 46 minutes, we didn't dominate.
Yeah,
We took our foot off the gas, and they failed to capitalize.
Right.
Gabrielle tried to give the game away and give away an equalizer with a short pass inside the box that Ben White actually got out and blocked well, and Ramsdale finally recovered at the end of that the loose ball. But yeah, we come out in the second half, and 6 minutes into the second half, again about the same in the first half. We got the second goal, and then 2 minutes after that got another one, and then 5 minutes after that got another one, and then waited for about 20 minutes and then got another one, and it was fucking gorgeous. And it was Reece Nelson, sad to see Bukayo Saka go off injured. But Reece Nelson stepped in. I was a little nervous, surprised it wasn't Marquinhos, to be honest. But Reece Nelson needed the game and had previously scored only one Premier League goal for the Arsenal. Scored 2 today inside of 3 minutes and 15 seconds or something.
Yep. And Odegaard's goal.
Oh, Odegaard was fantastic. What good feet from him to get himself the half a yard, and then just a fucking leather he took off of that ball you could make a coat out of.
That was, dare I say, City-esque out of you.
Yeah.
Had the bad performance, come back and lay a thumping on someone.
Absolutely. I counted I didn't count them. NBC's desk did. There were 6 Nottingham Forest defenders. So 7 out of the 11 Nottingham Forest players were in the box for Martinelli's opening goal. The only player from Arsenal in the box was Gabriel Martinelli.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
And nobody took the responsibility to pick him up. That is worrisome. Jesse Lingard always scores against us.
And didn't.
The only shot that I saw him have, that I recall him having, almost went out for a throw-in.
Yep.
And if that's the situation that you got going on with the history Arsenal Football Club have with that player, you're not in a good way.
Yeah. Now, beauty is next up's another big check mark on that clipboard that we keep talking about for you, Sam. At fucking Chelsea, a game you do not typically like to win.
And now, Koulibaly should still be out. And I'm really annoyed though that Brighton beat them so bad, because
It's going to fire them up a little.
it's going to fire them up a little just before they play us, which is just a superstitious luck thing. But the way we played today after the previous 3 games of kind of fucking off a little bit and retreating within ourselves, I think we showed we're back at the races. Despite Forest being crap, I think we found an opportunity and took care of it. So hopefully we continue that momentum and Saka, isn't truly injured and can come back next week and we can have our first 11.
I would like to think that in Instagram world, just before the match, we had Harry Maguire pointing at stuff and him pointing at the team sheet with him, old Slabhead, in the starting lineup. There, with good old Mr. Team morale booster himself, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah. Strange one from Ten Hag.
Yeah.
But I think this is the next step in the humbling of Ronaldo. If 50 Shades of Ronaldo, I guess. He didn't bring him on as a sub. He walked off the field. He dropped him from the squad completely, banned him from training for a couple days, then brought him back. Only used him partly in the Champions or the Europa League game, and then starts him in this one with the opportunity, obviously reserved, to potentially yank him at halftime if he needed to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that would have completed the degrading of Cristiano Ronaldo to the point where he would just be okay with whatever Ten Hag decided. And Marcus Rashford ended up scoring the goal. Good on him. West Ham did have a ton of chances, 2 in particular, but the Kurt Zuma header I thought was probably the one that West Ham would have counted their best chance of the game.
Great save by De Gea.
A fantastic save.
And then right at the end too, De Gea had
That was the other chance, yeah.
Bowen missed a sitter that he mishit, and then the ball pokes back out to Declan Rice, who rips it, and great fingertip save to knock it onto the post and go wide. Dare I say there's some normalcy and some consistency at United now?
I don't know about that, because the performance still wasn't amazing. West Ham still had a ton of chances. West Ham still were able to kind of bully United a little bit.
But it's 3 points.
But it's 3 points, and it's they've only lost 1 in their last 10. 7 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. So, yes, there is some normalcy back in terms of, 23 points out of a possible 30 have been put on the board in the last 10 games. But it's still not the dominant United performance, and it's going to take time to rebuild. What United need is continuity. And they seem to, now that Woodward's gone and Ten Hag has been installed, they seem to be focusing on Ten Hag is our guy.
Right.
This is going to be the guy moving forward.
Right.
And we're going to stick with him for 2 or 3 seasons or 3 or 4 seasons, and we're going to let him see his contract out.
Yeah.
We're going to give him the reins to the club and see what he can build. And that's really what they've needed.
Yeah. Agreed. They're still going to fuck this off, right?
Yep. 100%.
Very good.
Sure money.
All right. Sure money. This is the section in which we tell you our bets to better inform you of your bets when you're making your decisions out there.
Hey, real quick.
Okay.
Would you mind unmuting Tegan there real quick? Tegan, are you okay with the fact that your father is literally gambling away your college education?
No. Well, so yes, but the college in the medical school I want to go to is really expensive, so you gotta be careful.
Tell him to start picking winners, for fuck's sake. Well, you don't have to say that. But, just tell him to start picking winners.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. See, very good. Thank you, Tegan. All right, Sam, go ahead.
So I lost again because of some stupid shit. Now I'm down $1,200.
Yeah. I lost too. So yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah. So for my couple losers, even fucking favorites can't fucking win. So
You want to know what my thing says?
what does yours say? As you're still writing it frantically.
Oh, well, get a job, T.
Very good.
Better learn how to pitch left-handed.
Yeah, there we go. For me,
What do you got there, big boy?
all the favorites had to I needed all the favorites to win, and of course fucking Liverpool and Chelsea go off and fucking lose. So I'm now down $468.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
18.181818% of the time, Mr. Graham. It works 100% of the time. That is sound math right there, Tegan. You
Repeating.
should use that at school. You'll learn a lot from that.
Use that at school. Don't use that at school.
All right. This week, I am taking a 2-game parlay. I'm going to take Newcastle over Southampton and Everton over Leicester at plus 339.
Okay. Interesting. Should be $39 at a good. Is that what you're saying? Roughly?
No, I'll still be down. 468.
Oh,
I'm down
468. I'm sorry. I thought you said 368.
now. Yeah, 468.
All right. There you go. That's okay. I see what you're doing
now,
there.
It's time for our degenerate gambling friend Pat's Pick of the Week.
Hey, buddy. What's going on?
Hey, how's your day going?
Not too bad. How's the Washington Commanders football skins team?
0-0 going into second period, Jesus. Second quarter.
Would you win money on the Caps last night?
No, I did watch them though.
Good.
Yeah, it's just been a long day. Went down to DC this morning, watched the Marine Corps marathon. So
You watched people run?
I had a family member that was running, but yes, I did
okay.
watch
He
people.
had money on it.
I was going to say, we all know he had money on the fucking thing.
What Seinfeld say? What's there to see? It's a man from Kenya, a woman from Norway.
Running down the street.
It's 60,000 losers.
Yeah.
That was an old Seinfeld bit. It's pretty good.
We'll say Mr. Pat here is probably living in his element right now. He's probably down in his basement watching football, betting games on his phone, and drinking a ton of beer and eating shitty food, right?
No, I just got up from a nap about 30 minutes ago, man.
No. Go figure.
I still got some games going, but yeah, it's been a long day. So
He'll go later tonight because there's the
yeah. I'll pop
he's
open my
already saying
first beer.
Yeah. All right, cool. So what happened to you last week, and what do you got going on this week?
Well, I did. I hit one. What do you call it?
Bet.
Long shot. Oh, sorry. Long shot. So I am only down $70 again. Of course, the trees or whatever couldn't pull up the second upset against Arsenal today. Arsenal just blew them out of the water.
Yeah, but Leeds beat Liverpool, and that's all that matters. It's a big win.
Yeah, that is all. So I am down $70 now, and I have my football pool bets up instead of what I sent you. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm going to take 2 bets for 100 each this coming up week. I'm going to take Everton over Leicester City. I can never pronounce that right.
Leicester. Yep, Leicester.
Okay. For plus 135, and I'm going to bet. I'm just going to keep on riding the Liverpool disaster train, and I'm going to take the Hotspurs for plus 185 against them.
Tottenham to beat Liverpool, and Liverpool to lose 3 in a row. How about that?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Nice, bro. Thank you. I appreciate your effort today, and you enjoy the rest of your nap and, being a ridiculous degenerate the rest of the day.
I definitely will. Absolutely. You guys have a good rest of your weekend.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you next week.
I see you.
Pat, always quality. Always quality.
So, yeah. All right. So he's not going to be all mad about this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going all in an 11 a.m. quad parlay on Saturday.
Oh, there we go. Going
the old
hard.
4-way.
Here goes your tuition for your first year, Tegan.
Brentford over Forest, Leeds over Bournemouth, City over Fulham. That's only 3 in it.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
I don't know.
Shit.
Figure that shit out.
What was the other one?
I'm not helping you.
Fuck. I didn't write it down.
If only there were notes that Sam wrote.
I'm reading my notes.
That I wrote that has the games that happened.
Here, I got them right here. Don't worry about it.
Leeds, Bournemouth, City, Fulham, Brentford, Forest, Brighton, Wolves.
Brighton over Wolves was the other one. Plus 956 on $100 bet.
There you go. And
Yeah.
you'll still be down.
Yeah, I'll still be down, but I'll be down a lot closer to 0.
There we go. Well, you know what's really great?
What's that?
We do these bets, and you're losing your daughter's college fund, and you're starting to chip into your other daughter's college fund, and she's 2. You know what's really great?
What's that?
We have a chicken.
Well, Kitty missed again and sits at 5 and 7.
Ooh, sounds like Sam's.
I couldn't find Kitty anywhere in the coop, and that's when Millie and Trudy approached me with a note from Kitty.
Wow.
It read, "Bark, bark, 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 bark." Oh, I should translate for you guys.
Yes,
Sorry.
please translate.
Lady, I had to get out of town for a while. If 2 well-dressed, larger gentlemen approach you, please do not inform them of this correspondence, as it could be a danger to you and the guy.
Well, it's good that she's looking out for us.
I'll be back soon, but in the meantime, give me Man City to beat Fulham. Don't worry, everything will be okay. I have business to attend to. Kitty.
Sounds like she's got to hide out from some bookies.
That's what it sounds like.
You know, in China.
She didn't mention anything about pinstripes or a baseball bat, though, so that's positive.
Very good. China, you know, the chicken feet are a delicatessen. They might snap off the old feet and put them in a bag or something.
Could
you know?
be.
That'd be a hell of a note.
I just wish Kitty remembered the golden rule.
What's that?
Gamble legally and responsibly.
Championship corner!
I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh no!
Lots going on in the championship. Birmingham beating QPR on Friday 2-0. That set up Saturday's action. Bristol City and Swansea at a 1-1 draw. Sheffield United over West Brom 2-0 as they continued their slide. Burnley 2-1 over Reading as they continued to climb. Cardiff 1-0 over Rotherham. Blackpool 2-1 over Coventry. Huddersfield 1-0 over Millwall. Blackburn 1-0 over Hull. Luton and Sunderland on a 1-1 draw. Norwich City 3-1 over Stoke. Preston 2-1 over Borough. And Watford beating out Wigan 1-0. No Sunday action in the championship today. They resume on Tuesday and Wednesday. Big surprise because there's 100,000 games left to get through. That puts Burnley back on top of the table on 35 points. Blackburn in second on 33. QPR having played a game less in third on 30 points. Sheffield United also on 17 games, 29 points in fourth place. Norwich back up to fifth on 18 games played with 28 points on the board. Swansea, a dead even goal differential, 17 games played and 28 points on the board as well. In 26 points, you have Watford in seventh and Millwall in eighth. Ninth is Luton on 25 points, and 10th is Preston North End. 11th is Reading, also 25 points each there. Also, the first 2 minus goal differentials of the league table. And then you have Birmingham City on 17 games in 12th on 23 points. That would put them in the conversation for playoffs, but not quite in the playoff spots. They are on a +3 goal differential. Your bottom 3 look like this. West Brom slumping now after the Steve Bruce hangover. They are now down in 24th place on 17 games played with only 14 points on the board. Huddersfield are 23rd, having played a game less with 15 points on the board and only a -5 goal differential. West Brom's a -4. Coventry City have only played 15 games, a 17 points on the board, -3 goal differential. So things not looking particularly good for West Brom. In the first safe spot is Middlesbrough. Same number of games as West Brom, less bad goal differential, -3 versus -4, so only just, but on 17 points. So even if West Brom win and Middlesbrough lose, they could still potentially be tied.
That is 4 classic championship clubs at the bottom of the table.
Big time.
Yeah, that's some shit right there.
It's not good.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up, boys and girls. Sammy, any parting words?
No, not really. I don't think there's been anything bad really happening.
Then allow me to take over.
No problem. Do your thing, big fella.
I got our D-back of the week.
All right. I must have missed something.
Our D-back of the week is one of our very furry friends, one Mr. Big B Kiwi.
Uh-oh.
Because Big B Kiwi would have fucked his way through this door, climbed up your chair, up to the top of the humidor, and yes, attacked our beloved fucking D-back bear.
What? Holy fuck.
He has destroyed our fellow lovely mascot, rings sticking out. And,
oh my God.
Look at this. All he did was bring us joy and happiness and to just let people know not to be a cunt. That's all. And what did Big B have to go do?
Be a cunt.
Be a cunt.
Good thing he didn't meet my daughter. Probably would have disappointed me again, Bigby, much like your last dog did.
Poor sweet prince. Poor sweet prince. Perfect
I can't
photo op,
believe
and the
this.
producer can't realize this is a perfect photo op.
I called my mom, and she said she can fix it for you.
It's so bad.
Oh, I have a camera that works again. I could get the photo. Excuse me, guys.
Yeah, Tegan, you're unmuted.
That looks like a high Teletubby.
Close. That is technically from Toy Story.
Turn it around.
The big bear, the big pink bear in the Toy Story that was the bad guy?
Oh, yeah.
Sad
My
face.
brother wore that for Halloween one year, and when we were cleaning up my mom's garage, she's like, oh, you can just throw that away. And Sam went, the fuck I will. We've got the full costume like up in the attic. But yeah, that is the DU mascot that will have to be repaired because my dog is
A cunt. Yeah, definitely. All right. That's going to wrap it up, boys and girls. Next up is Injury Time. We're going to talk about the beers we were drinking, the very large one I've been drinking, the fun little series of beers that Mel and Sam are drinking. Check in on our adopted clubs, fantasy football, and preview the next weekend's games. So, Mr. Graham, should somebody want to find Injury Time, how do they go about doing that?
It's patreon.com/DU football show. Just sign up to the $1.5 tier. R.I.P. D-back.
Pouring a little bit out for D-Pack. Until next week, everybody.
What's a funeral without laughter?
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston. Arsenal fans have another Sam. AKA the fucking Gooner Graham. Stump of a lord, but straight in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Brooklyn United! Brooklyn United! Hit the fucking mute button!